Hi everyone, this is Matt Milim with my second video update as councilman. I have a number of things to cover in this video, so I'm going to get right into it. First, let's start with an update on Mariani. In January, the town board voted not to extend the special use permit for the project, which set the project back to the drawing board, as you remember from my first video. The project owners have now filed an Article 78 lawsuit against the town, while at the same time partnering with a new development team called Workable City that presented to the town board. Workable City has participated in other projects that are in historically significant areas. Given these two very different approaches of a lawsuit on one hand versus a friendlier development team on the other, we're going to just have to wait and see how things progress. Next, let's move on to the Park and Rec survey. The Park and Rec Advisory Board is about to launch a town-wide survey on the Rec Department and parks, which has not been done for more than a decade. I'll be emailing a link to the survey, which is going to be on SurveyMonkey, as soon as it's available, which should be within the next couple of weeks. It's really important that each household complete the survey. The feedback that we receive will help determine the direction that the town takes with regards to offerings, programs, and projects within the Park and Rec Department. Now, on to the library elevator project and the library board. The North Castle Public Library unveiled a new elevator which dramatically increases the accessibility of the library to all of our residents. The elevator project was made possible by the Friends of the North Castle Public Library and by one of our residents, Vivian Cord, who made a large donation toward the project in order to get it over the finish line. Additionally, I wanted to mention that there are 2 vacancies currently open on the library board. It is a great opportunity to give back and get involved in the town. If you're interested, I've included a link in my email of how you can apply. Now on to our water and sewer department. I wanted to mention that Salmon City from our water and sewer department was able to procure a $3 million grant for a wastewater treatment plant. This is a big win for the town. Thank you, Sal. Now on to ADU legislation. In my last video, I discussed that there was a state bill to allow accessory apartments on an as-of-right basis and how troubling I thought that was, meaning that homeowners can automatically carve up their homes into apartments without any local government oversight. This was widely viewed as problematic because it was a one-size-fits-all approach that failed to take local issues and perspectives into account. I'm happy to report that the governor removed the bulk of it from her state budget. While we still have to monitor the bill in the state Senate, this is a big win. And now a word on millings. I'm happy to report that we no longer have any millings stored at the Middle Patton and highway yards. For those of you that haven't followed this issue, millings are crushed up highway debris that we create when we repave our roads. I have been concerned for a long time that we're keeping them in environmentally sensitive areas. We're still working to get to the bottom of this, but I'm working with other board members to make sure that we have the right practices and oversight in place going forward to avoid these kinds of issues in the future. Now I wanted to talk about improvements that the town is looking into making in Wampus Brook and Lombardi parks. There are several improvements that are being discussed, and I wanted to keep you in the loop. First, the rear bridge at Wampus Brook Park will likely be replaced. Second, the town is evaluating replacing the electrical and lights in Wampus Brook Park. If you've been to Wampus Brook Park recently, you've probably seen that the electrical is in dire need of repair, and so is that rear bridge, so this would be a nice improvement. On to Lombardi. The Fieldhouse building is in very bad shape. The town is evaluating how to best fix this, which is likely to include extending the rear garage and adding a prefabricated shed for storage. The main focus here will be how we can maintain the aesthetics of the park and surrounding neighborhoods on a reasonable budget. Before I close, increasing volunteerism in town is one of my key goals. There are currently vacancies on the Conservation, Housing, Ethics, and Library boards, as well as NC4, which is our town's emergency relief organization. You can apply on the town's website for most of these, but if you have any trouble, please email me and I'll point you in the right direction. Thanks again for watching, and please reach out with any questions or comments.